Oh, this. Grants 5% armor. So I can either have that or 5% hit chance and 5% critical hit chance. I think I'll give it to him. Okay. Cool. And that worked out quite well.
The world will bow.
What's this? A las gun. Don't know if I yet need one of those. So now I think I just have to go up here, right? What is going on here? Oh, so very upset people. Cassia, the pale figure with unnaturally long limbs, stands with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continuously streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously as you approach. Only now do you notice the third eye is on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. Willpower test succeeded. You are enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead. Your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from this station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions, and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Ow! As if my own little pals weren't bad enough, now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her. Heresy. Uh-oh. Oh, iconoclast. I can't do it. Funny. Persuasion. Lady Cassia, I am here to help you. Please calm yourself. Oh, succeeded. Wonderful. She warily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and a howl. What is happening? Is somebody calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? I am Schaefer von Valancius. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Pardon my manners, Schaefer. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance at such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. The heavyset old man who has been kneeling nearby erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child, Lady Cassia. Where are you, sacred child? Throne preserve. You. Uh-oh. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make out you as either enemy or ally. I am warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged, it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. We'll do persuasion again. At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Urek 5. Succeeded. I'll grant that you do not look like the pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felek's service. So who are you? Schaefer von Valancius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful. So House Orselio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. What is the curse that has taken hold of everyone in this room? Curse. You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Orselio. and they call me dangerous with my witchcraft. What service do you ask of me? Save the sacred child, take her away from this station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes away the mutated blood rascally. Away from with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. Save the child and deliver her to safety to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Orselio, in the Cronus Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. I want to know what happened between you and Felix. Felix is my wayward student. He came to Uruk 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved just to be another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child. Not good. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators, Tisiphone Orselio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age. Okay. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not trust my error. Do not thrust my errors in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. You're talking as though you expect to die here. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felix inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Raise the throne slowly enough to see the child is taken care of. You need help. There is a Medicaid deck on my ship. No, I am the keeper of Uruk 5 and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. I believe I made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Attack. Felix was right. You were a crazy old man and you deserve death. Cassius shall come with me. Good. That is good. But do allow us to say our proper farewells.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lady to rejoin the house and its regent in the Cronus Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No! Not you too! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! You're coming with me! Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Uruk 5, and alas, I have less than a day in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
I regret that we have to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before. What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore you to House Orselio in the earliest opportunity. Oh, no more acting. Okay. Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself, and it is difficult to imagine a more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the great regent and fulfill your destiny.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Alright. She's on my team. Nice. While no one appears to be living in the cage, somebody still filled the trough with dried fruit. It's as if the painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes, coming together in arcane shapes. Cool.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Lady Navigator's private library, brimming with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Imperium. Very cool. Oh, some goodies. Get some goods. Lovely. Yes, please. Yum, nom, nom. The luxurious feast was left untouched.
Intriguing.
Alrighty, let's get out of here. We got ourselves a navigator. And she's actually a character, which is cool. Like a playable character, I mean. Cool, cool, cool. Is that enough XP for us all to level up, or is it just her that I have to level up? I want a new level so I can spend 40 minutes picking talents. I mean, I love this kind of stuff. Like in the Pathfinder games from Owlcat, I love the character building. That's some of my favorite parts of it. But I'm very unfamiliar with the rogue trader stuff, and so it's sometimes a little overwhelming with the stuff I don't understand as much. It's very similar to Pathfinder, so it's similar to Pathfinder stuff, right? Okay. Lord Captain and Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the common ritual, but if Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Victus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. Even without looking at the Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak to the rogue trader. The rogue trader. Leave us. Of course, when you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Victus, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds of hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale, and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but then you acted honourably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rites. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. I shall ensure all the necessary supplies are delivered to the sanctum. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rites. I ask that you do not follow me, for you can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Guys, who is banging on my ship? Stop it. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between Lady Navigator and the bridge. May the Emperor's light help us all. Wait, hold up. I don't want to go to the warp yet. What's going on? I have somewhere else to go. Okay. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. You hear the exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard. Then, the stifled gasp of Lady Navigator, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, and the faint whispers of a brush. I see. Violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above the foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog, the path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the walls of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her. No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. I'm sorry, what does that mean? The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and occasionally snaps at one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I've never heard of the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Oh, see to it that you receive 5 lashes for this show of clumsiness. I don't care, bro. Not my problem. Cassia, are you alright in there? Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants of the Sanctum Nevis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, and their throats roar from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants that were part of Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. The endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two. Dividing what should be whole in two. What should be whole in two. Okay. And my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onwards. The way is blocked. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. So that was basically her just doing like a ritual so she could actually fly us through the warp. Is that what she was doing? Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station, Urak 5. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. The warp disruptions affecting Urak 5 twisted the bodies and minds of its attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia, thank the Emperor. The navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pull. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we're still looking for the Ensinger Prime. Is it Ensinger? I guess so. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrichs on the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure that he was not on Urak 5, so keep this in mind when making any future plans. Thank you, Vigdis. This will be all for now. As you please, Lord Captain. Thank you very much. Now leave me alone. But seriously? Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. Again? The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Seriously. I'm the rogue trader, and I deal with more friggin' drama on my ship than anywhere else. Alright, let's see what the problem is. Hey Cassia, how's it going? Oh, nice little curtsy. Lovely.
Captain,
oh.
My apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
It pleases me to see you adjusting to life aboard the ship.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
Point to the book in Cassia's hands. I see you are fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
The events of the play that took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Are you satisfied with your new attendants?
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
You're welcome. Perception test succeeded. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, and awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of the navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people. I can't say anything about this? Come on. I hope that you had ample time to calm yourself in your powers. I want to say something about this. This is rubbish. Come on now.
One should not There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Uh-oh. Like, I noticed that she was a bit shy about her appearance. I wanted to make her feel better, and now I've just upset her. That's a good way to go about it, right?
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Quite right. So I would ask you to remind that you stay away from mind what you say from now on. It is indeed difficult for me to feel empathy for a mutant. Oh. I believe this conversation has reached its natural conclusion. You could be really mean. I know I'm being a bit heretical in this game, you know, we're picking some heretic options, but I like this, I like Cassia, and I don't think there's any need to be rude to her. You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it is just as natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station. Of Theobald and Felek.
Oh, that's not good.
I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls. and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
Yeah, and look at these responses. What I find childish is your manner of addressing me as if I were your friend, and your mistaken belief that anyone here would be interested in hearing about your emotional turmoil. Jeez, Rogue Trader, just ease up, huh? Just slam the brakes a little bit, huh? I am not in the habit of finding amusement at the expense of my people. Just remember that. Remember to keep your emotions in check. I understand what you're going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago. I like that one better.
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so... private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
Perhaps my people did not wish to disturb you.
Or because my presence offends them. Then I must take my leave as well.
God damn it.
I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump. Thank you for your company.
Did I mess it up? I think I messed it up. Damn. Well, I might have just ruined any romance with her out of the completely just with that few sentences. I was annoyed that you couldn't say anything about when your perception picks up about her uneasiness with her appearance, right? That you just couldn't say anything to her. Didn't like that. Hey, I wonder if we can go and find her. What do you think? What do I need? 109 XP? 169? Ooh, nice. 169 XP. Where is she? She's down there. Come here, Cassia. Wait, where am I'm going completely the wrong direction. Do a 180. Go this way. Oh, right there. There she is.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Tell me about yourself.
I am a part of House Orcelio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terra.
Sorry, Cassia, but what I would like to know more about you personally, not your family.
You wish to know about me? I suppose I can help you with that. What would you like to know?
What do we go with here? Tell me about your life on the station. So, you've never lived anywhere other than Urek 5. You're a third eye. Why'd you always conceal it? Do we know that already? I don't think we do, right? What does it feel like to guide a vessel through the warp? Let's talk about the eye.
The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift. And one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil. Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds.
Cannot blame them. Navigators are mutants. Okay. Who cares of the opinion of short-sighted rabble? You do not look repulsive, Cassia. You are beautiful, Cassia. Do not let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. Sounds good to me. There we go.
You are much too kind to me, Lord Captain. Allow me, for my part, to note the beauty of your shoulders? Yes, your
Yes,
shoulders. Pray let us change the subject.
I mean, you know, she's probably been stuck on this station for like her entire life. So I mean, you know, compliment about my shoulders, sure, why not? Hey, you know, it's we get what we can get, right? What does it feel like to guide a vessel through the wall? Maybe something like that? Oh, so you've never lived anywhere other than Uruk 5?
Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orcelio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
What does it feel like to guide a vessel through the warp?
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Elronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
I noticed that your love of painting is reflected in your speech as well. You associate so many images with hues and colors.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
Talk about something else.
No objection from me, Lord Captain.
I will leave now.
I have enjoyed your...
Yeah. You probably can't even romance her as a female character. Maybe I should have made a male one. Damn it. Shot myself in the foot. Okay, let's level her up and then we can crack on. So what is she actually? She's an officer. Okay. Voice of command. The officer forces an ally to fully push themselves, increasing their characteristics by 5 plus 2 times officer's fellowship. Fellowship bonus? Yeah. For 1 round. What's the fellowship bonus? It's 4. Okay. So 8. Okay. 13, right? Additionally, all officer's abilities can be applied to the target, a voice of command from any distance. Cool. Guess we'll have to have a look at her in the... May as well give her fellowship bonus here. That sounds about right. What is she? She's like a... Oh, what is all of this? Mastery of time. Whenever a creature in combat gains an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking +5 bonus to willpower until the end of combat. Wow. Whenever the navigator uses a navigator power that hasn't been used in combat, the navigator gains +2 perception. Wow. Eye of Oblivion. Every enemy that the navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 2 times the navigator's perception bonus. Wow. The navigator makes all resistance tests with their willpower. If it is higher than the base characteristic. That's nice. Enemies affected by the navigator's abilities suffer a stacking -10 penalty to the next resistance test from the navigator's power. The penalty is lost after such a test is made. If the navigator's perception is higher than their agility, their dodge is calculated using perception instead. Wow, that's really cool. Whenever the navigator uses a navigator ability, Veil Degradation is reduced by 1. That could be really nice. The navigator heals willpower bonus wounds at the beginning of every turn and gains +1 additional wound for every navigator talent taken. The healing increases by +1 for every creature killed in between the navigator's turn. Wow, she has a lot of stuff. The navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with 3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted each turn by the navigator with a single target ability gains the same amount of additional movement points. Okay, wow. Allies that are targeted by the navigator's power gain 10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of the Veil Degradation. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of Veil Degradation to a minimum of 0%. And increased by the infusing of the currently equipped navigator staff. So hold up, what? Allies that are targeted by the navigator's power gain 10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of Veil Degradation to a minimum of 0%. And increased by the infusing of the currently equipped navigator's staff. That doesn't make any sense. I don't get what that means. So more Veil Degradation means less armor granted, but then what's increased by infusing the currently equipped navigator staff? What does that do? I have no idea what that means. The navigator gains +5 fellowship and an additional +1 fellowship for every navigator talent and/or navigator power taken. She's going to be, I think she needs fellowship, right? I think it's probably good to boost her fellowship. Allies that are targeted by the navigator's abilities gain +5 to all resistant checks against warp effects. Until the end of combat, the effect stacks with every applied navigator ability. While under the effect of any navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced by 2 times the navigator's willpower bonus. This reduction is increased by the devastating parameter of the navigator's staff. Okay. Till the end of combat, enemies damaged by the navigator suffer an additional plus perception bonus damage from all attacks of opportunity. Okay, wow. I mean, she has got an insane amount of stuff here. Self-heal looks really good at some point, or maybe not now, but does look really good. Navigator path powers deal 1% additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic the navigator's currently equipped staff. Castigating, infusing, and devastating count as characteristics for this talent. So it's also based on her weapon. I guess her weapon is quite important in a lot of this stuff, right? So castigating 5, right? So okay, so this has currently got 5 castigating on it, which is what it is, I guess. But okay. Fellowship, and then we go with. Okay. Looks like she's going to be my offensive mage, or at least that's the vibe I'm kind of getting. Enemies moved by the navigator's ability suffer willpower bonus damage at the end of movement. This damage is increased by 2 for every cell the enemy moves. Wow, okay. It's actually plus 10 right now. No, it's plus 5. A mistake. So, apparently her abilities can move people. Enemies moved by the navigator's abilities suffer willpower bonus damage, so they can potentially gain an additional 5. This damage is increased by plus 2 for every cell they move. That's actually really good. Let's do that one. Commanding voice. The range of the officer's abilities is increased by 3. The range of voice of command is increased by 6. I'm actually going to grab that purely because I have a feeling she's going to be at the back of my team. And I think increased range of the officer's abilities by 3. And the voice of command increased by 6. I think that's really good. Then we can give her willpower. Let's give her fellowship again. Oh, here we go. What's this? Get back in the fight. The officer encourages an ally who immediately recovers from burning, bleeding, toxin, and stun effects. If the target is under the effect of voice of command, they also gain plus 2 times the officer's willpower bonus temporary wounds. Okay. Air of authority. The officer increases the ally's resolve by 2. By a 2 plus resolve, half of resolve, until the end of combat. Alright. Glimpse of Fate. The target gains plus 5 Navigator's willpower bonus, percentage increase hit chance on their next attack, dodge, on their next dodge, and resistance on their next resistance check. Each of these bonuses disappear independently from each other after being successfully applied. Wow, that's actually really good. The target ally gains plus 4 times the Navigator's willpower bonus to their willpower and toughness until the end of combat. I'm going to pick this one because it can buff my character, which is great. Then we get to pick another common talent. Allies that become targets of the Navigator's power gain bonuses to all characteristics equal to the infusing parameter until the end of the Navigator's next turn. This bonus stacks and is prolonged until Navigator's next turn. Equal to the infusing parameter. But what's the infusing parameter? Enemies that become targets of the Navigator's power suffer a penalty to all characteristics equal to the castigating parameter. Okay. So that's the castigating parameter, but where's the infusion power? That doesn't seem to be here. Right? Okay. The Navigator gains plus 5 to Fellowship. An additional plus 1 to Fellowship for every Navigator talent and or Navigator power taken. So I can see over here, that's increasing it by 8. Which will hopefully continue to increase. So she's going to be a bit of a buffer as well as a damage dealer by the looks of it. Or at least she can move people, so a crowd controller. Navigator makes all resistance checks. I think I'm going to go with an unnatural allure. I also want the healing one, which I think is Veil. Oh no, it's, which one is it? Strange Vitality. That looks really good for her. All of these look really good though. I kind of want a lot of these. I'm going to go with Unblinking Stare for now. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Unnatural allure. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Save it there and then we can move on. Okay. Let's sail somewhere, shall we? So what is this? Let's have a look at this. This has got nothing on it. Rykad Majoris. Begin scan. Okay. Nothing. 50 XP, but nothing. The Coronis Expanse is a vast reach of space where you will be able to travel between different star systems. In each system, unique events can occur. By steering the flagship towards them, you can explore planets, study anomalies, and interact with other ships. So looks like we're going to do this Rykad Minoris now, so let's have a look. Am I asleep at my desk? It looks like it. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. Oh, hello. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are these enforcers? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard laying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Kunrad's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Stop. I did not wish for any of you to die. Uh-oh. The dead remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer with the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hand has found the shard when its razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. Oh. An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a painful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with the strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there and on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen, accept your fate, champion. Yes, master. I am the sword's master, not its servant, remember that. You feel the sword's immense weight pulling you down. You resist its will for a moment longer before it collapsing to the ground to the sound of an odious laughter. The strain is such that you fear your back could break at any moment. Vogue, the first dawn, is hereby woven into the tapestry of your fate. Seek the second dawn in the hands of she who rises above its future dominion. The former aspirant fell, and thus the new one will become the chosen of the Weaver of Destinies. Make mortals serve you as their god and become the vessel of the edge. What is happening to me? Am I a thing? You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, the clothes drenched in sweat, and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. Heretical, pick it up, or dogmatic, get rid of it. Let's pick it up. You know, we're going the honest route, so let's pick it up. You reach out your shaking hand. You reach your shaking hand out to the shard, now slippery with your blood. You wipe its metallic surface and stash your treasure under your clothes, next to your heart and soul forever seared by the great power of the warp. Cool. This is awesome. I hope something cool happens because we're doing this stuff. This is great. I like it. I got a quest. Here we go. Is this it? The Chosen One. I'm not quite sure what that means, but okay. I like this. This is fun. Cool. We're becoming a heretic. I mean, what? No. No heretics here. Just us chickens. Ooh, goods. I like this. What's this? Is that unfinished letter? Okay, I'll just stash that away for later. What is this? Door. Oh. Hello. Do I have a secret chamber back here? Ah, this is the place. I remember here. This is where we teleported to before. When we saw the vision in the fire. Okay, cool. How do I get out of here again? This way. Okay. Back to the bridge. We are ready for your orders, Lord Captain. Yeah, find out who is banging on my ship and figure it out, yeah? Because could you imagine if that's all you heard all day while you sat in this thing, that thundering against the wall? My word. Okay. Got a few quests here. New blood, machine... Something. Starport. Yes. Let's go. Uh-oh. Looks like we're coming in hot. Oh, looks like some damage there on my lander. The starport greets you with the din of ordnance and the smell of explosive. It is difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. The sergeant, halt, weapons on guard, or I'm firing. Sorry, weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown. The rebels are shooting down everything that flies, and you lot just happen to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it. I mean, my ship looks... It doesn't look that unscratched, guys. And on a shuttle like that, where did you get it? Stolen from a palace, isn't it? No. Grab 'em, lads. We've got ourselves a rebel landing force. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? They are in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. You must be mistaken. I am the rogue trader. Abelard, enlighten this rabble about the proper manner of greeting the God Emperor's chosen. I love these options where I could just kind of sit here and be like, Abelard, deal with the rabble. I just think it's great. I think that's fantastic. And I do kind of want to do it. I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of want to click number 2 because it's just funny. I don't want him to go and kill anybody for no reason. Enlighten this rabble about the proper manner of greeting the God Emperor's chosen. I love it. Oh. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna click it, see what happens. You stand before rogue trader von Valancius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention this instant and give her ladyship formal report. That wasn't quite as fun as I thought. I was hoping he was going to go over there and smack this guy upside the head, you know. My mistake, ma'am, at once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant somebody. Oh! Frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Oh. Okay. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. Pardon me, ma'am. Sergeant Lasse Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? Some dirty dogman has shot down my shuttle. What is going on here? Unrest, ma'am. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. The lower level sparked, and then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. Then Felek tore off his mask, precisely because he knew the trouble on Rykard Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. You may continue your report, peasant. Oh, dear. Cassia, be gentle. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. What's a Grox? The tech priests linked to the satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykard Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered the increased security at key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you'd better double the warden details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we're still able to hold it. Alright? They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. Oh, just one turn? I mean, guys, you get like multiple turns, you know, you can keep going again. Alright. Sorry, I'll take now. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. What caused this rebellion? Ill thoughts, man. We've fallen on hard times. The ground keeps shaking. Things keep exploding. The people are scared. They've forgotten all about their duty. And that's when those Emperor Forgive Me breaches came. They started riling up everybody. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming. Yeah. How could some pathetic rebellion cause enough for such a lackluster welcoming ceremony in honor of a rogue trader's arrival? It is an insult. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Pat him on the shoulder. You're doing fine work, Malgar, and so are your troops. It is people like you that hold the Imperium together. I live to serve. Yes, sir. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, ma'am. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at headquarters. Okay, I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, ma'am, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot. The streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assign all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will vox cast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that thou salutes might falter in darkness. Rank and aculettes won't save you from bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around those fancy words you are saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. A good fighter would have long since reclaimed the starport. Move out and attack, you cowardly knave. Knave. You are a fool. The governor, who is safe and sound in the rear, has left you for dead, and here you are preaching about glory. You are a good soldier, Malgar. I'll see that your heroism is noted. I live to serve. Of course you do. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Rumours. On your travels you will hear many rumours. Those of them that are deserving of the rogue trader's attention are logged in a separate section. Okay. So does that mean I do have a rumour? Warden of the Expanse. Calcazar, Xavier Calcazar, is a powerful and mysterious figure who plays a pivotal role in the fate of the Cronus Expanse. His power is so great that it extends even over rogue traders. I don't like the sound of that. I am the ultimate force, authority, rather.
Embrace true power.
Which goon is shooting? Where's that last fire coming? What the frick? That's coming through the wall. Okay. Where do I go? How do I progress? This way.
Unseen, uncover my path.
So that'll be it for this episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.